So are you thinking about moving to Celina, Texas? Well, guess what? We are in the #1 master plan community, and I can absolutely see why. Matter of fact, it is so new. They have just started building out here. We're at Legacy Hills, and we're gonna be going through 2 model homes today. But I tell you what, more importantly, here's why it's become so popular. They have got a 28-acre sports complex that's coming, 18-hole golf course. They have got 7 resort-style pools and a lazy river. As a matter of fact, none of that's built yet because that's how new the community is. So we're gonna have to come back out, I guess, once they get that built. So let's go ahead and get after it right now. Okay, so we are going to start out here at one of the model homes for Beezer. Now, the one right behind me is the first one we're gonna look at. And it is a single story, but guys, I was surprised at how big it is. Now, I prefer the single story. Obviously, I don't like going up and down stairs, but I didn't want to compromise space. This one absolutely does not do it. Let's go ahead and head on in. I love the cute little porch that they have right here before you enter in. Nice little seating area, especially on a day like today where it is super cool. And yes, it is. What a perfect morning to sit out on the front patio. Okay, so we're in the driftwood, and there are a couple of little things that I just absolutely thought were neat to show you guys. So let's go ahead. When you walk in, the first thing you notice, you've got this nice long hallway, and you enter, you have your office right to the left-hand side. Now, remember, we are in the model home, so there are going to be a lot of design touches that they add that aren't necessarily going to be standard, but Beezer gives you options, and I think that this is a great thing. So you've got your double doors heading into the office. I really think that the arched right here just adds a lot of character. And then up front, on the left-hand side, we have our 2 secondary bedrooms. Now, these are really decent-sized bedrooms. And particularly when we take a look out in the living area, you'll be shocked. Then you have your secondary bathroom. They've done the taller cabinet, which I do like, with the double sink and the tub shower combination. And then you have your other secondary bedroom. Okay, so as we were coming down the hall just a little bit more, I thought that this was a really smart out plan for your guests. So we've come just down the hall, and we've got another hallway right here. Now, this is perfect because it tucks away this bedroom, perfect for your guests. So you have your laundry room, and it's a pretty standard laundry room. They have added the cabinets and the countertop in the laundry room. But check this out. So you've got your third or your second bathroom right here, and then your 4th secondary bedroom right here. And I like this because this is a perfect space tucked away for your guests or for your in-laws, even a teenager. I mean, this is a great little area because I love that it's tucked away. All right, now we're gonna walk into the kitchen and the living area, and this one blew me away because I thought this is a fabulous, entertaining space. Check it out. So we come in and look at this beautifully open space. Now, one of the things that I really do like about the Beezer home, you do have the option to make some structural changes. So you can add a media room. You can do a 4th bedroom and a 3rd full bath. You've got some design choices, but here's the cool thing. You've also got some no cost choices that you can make. And this is what they do. So this is the kitchen. And I love the spaciousness of the kitchen. You have your sidebar, perfect for serving. You've got your nice long kitchen island with your gas range and then your back area. So great layout, right? But this may not be the layout that works for you. They also have the built-in oven and the microwave. Now we're gonna come back to the pantry because you know how we love to look at the pantry. But this is what I wanna show you. You can actually change up the layout of the kitchen at no cost. So see, check it out. This is the current kitchen layout. You've got the long island, here's that back bar, and then you've got the side one. If you wanted, you can make your island a little bit smaller. You've got this here, that would be along the back, and this is on your shorter wall right next to the pantry. So you can decide which kitchen choice works better for you. And I love that they give you that option to do that. All right, let's check out the pantry because guess what? It's pantry time. All right, let's see, how did Beezer do with the pantry? No, this is a nice size pantry. So you've got the storage space up top, and then you also have your storage space on bottom. Nice job. Now the other thing that I was talking to the sales counselor about, these are your hardwood floors, and this is standard. So if you were looking for hardwood floors, you know, a lot of times that's going to be an upgrade, but it comes standard here with the Beezer home. All right, now you've also got two dining options. So you can have your casual dining right here along the back with this full wall of windows. But they also have another option to do more of a formal dining. And I do love how they've done the arched entryways. So that's just really pretty. Adds just a little bit of detail. So you've got the option to also make this a formal dining area, or if that doesn't fit your lifestyle, you can make that an additional living space, an additional living area. And then that opens up also to our living area. So our nice living area. You've got the fireplace that goes all the way up. The stone goes all the way up. And then let's check out the backyard and the patio. So you do have a small little covered patio, but obviously it's enough to fit the table. And you know, not a bad size backyard at all. Now, because this is a single story, the footprint on this particular plan is going to be much larger. And so that's going to eat up more of your backyard space, which, you know, depending upon what your lifestyle is, you may want a larger backyard. And so you might want to consider a 2-story, but don't worry. We're going to head over to this 2-story in just a second. So you definitely want to stick around for that. All right, let's head into the primary. So we come into the primary, and they've got the nice big windows. And as you can see, a lot of space in the primary bedroom. Now they've also done the nice tall ceilings. And this is what I also like too. They did your options in the bathroom. So you've got your single vanity, but the double sinks. Now they've also added nice sized drawers. I mean, check this out. You've got nice storage here on your vanity. And this option, they're showing the full size shower. And it's a good size because it's got the bench seating in it. And then your soaker tub. But you know what? Not everybody wants a bathtub. It's a dust catcher. So you've got the option. Check it out. Here we go. So this is the current bathroom. It's got the tub, it's got the shower, and then it's got your linen closet, walk-in closet. If you don't want a tub, you can go just with a larger shower so that your shower would actually be larger. This is your water closet, and it looks like it's probably a little bit larger, and then you enter your walk-in closet this direction and your linen closet's over here. So I really can appreciate the fact that they give you those choices, because a lot of the builders, if you want a bathtub, that's going to be an upgrade. Or if you don't want a bathtub, you know, some of them only come with showers, but you want a bathtub. So they give you the option of going either way. All right, let's head on, continue to head on in. So this would be your linen closet, which is a nice size linen closet. And then you have your primary closet with the double hung rods. Now this is what we were talking about earlier. So if you went with the option and didn't have the tub, this is going to be your toilet room. It would be a little bit, let's turn the light on. It would actually be a little bit larger, but I do like the fact that, number one, the door's on the side and it is large so you don't get claustrophobic in there. I mean, I've been in some of these primaries where they have the closet like that, the toilet in the closet. And to close the door, you're basically bumping your knees. I mean, how comfortable is that? All right, let's go ahead and head back into this absolutely beautiful kitchen. And I do like the fact that they've done the two-tone cabinet. So they've kept with the wood and the brown and then the white in the kitchen. I do like that. It seems like we're getting away from the grays. You know, for a long time it was the grays and the whites, and we're getting back more into the neutral colors and the natural browns. And so I really do like that. All right, I tell you what, now we're gonna talk about price on this, because you've got some options. So this particular floor plan, it is a single story. It's 2938 square feet. It's got 4 bedrooms and 2.5, or you could choose to add the 3rd bathroom. So 2.5, 3 bathrooms. You've got the living area, the 2 dining areas, the covered patio, your study. You've got your mudroom where you enter in from the garage, and a fireplace. So those are the standard layouts. So depending upon which elevation, so you can go with a traditional look, you can go with a French country look, or you can even go with a hill country look. You're gonna be looking at anywhere from around $550,000 up to $562,000. Now remember, that also includes your no-cost options of how you want your kitchen layout to look out, or how you want your primary bathroom layout to look at. Now these are on 50, Beazer has 50 and 60 foot lots. And so, you know, they're not huge as far as width, but you're not right on top of your neighbors either. All right, we're gonna head next door and we're gonna take a look at the 2-story, because I really like that one as well, and that offers some really neat things for us to look at. All right, let's go ahead and head on over. Okay, so we are now over at the 2-story model home, and you know, this one, surprisingly enough, is a little bit smaller square footage wise than our single story that we just talked about. So this is the Avalon plan, and depending upon the structural changes that you wanted to add, it's gonna run anywhere from 2432 square feet up to 2790 square feet. So let's go ahead and head on in. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is this one does not have the cute little patio to sit in or sit on in front. I really do like that next door. All right, but let's take a look at this one. Okay, so once again, they have done these amazing arches in the entryway. I absolutely love that design detail. So when we come in, you've got your garage that's gonna be on the right-hand side. And we have a little drop-off area, and they have one of the bedrooms located up in the front of the home. Once again, nice size, secondary bedrooms, and your full-size bath right here. Now this would also be amazing for your guests because it's up at the front of the house and it's away from the other secondary bedrooms. And then as we walk in a little bit further, they have continued the arched ways, which I do really like. You have your home office, you know, and if you didn't have a need for your home office, you really could use this more as a formal dining room if that suited your needs versus a home office. Now, I personally like the fact that you've got the home office option, and right across from the office area, you do have your laundry room. We're gonna come a little bit further in, and you'll notice, once again, this wonderful open concept living. So you also have the options here to make some of the no-cost changes, and we'll look at that in just a second. So you've got your nice side bar with your cabinets. Once again, the built-in microwave. Now they've done a little different. You've got your gas range up top, and then you have your built-in oven below. Nice size kitchen island, and they have gone more, that really looks kind of like a slate, dark gray color, almost black. A lot of contrast. Now once again, we've got the hardwood floors as well, and then here is your casual dining area. But let's look at what these option changes could be for the kitchen. So it depends on if you wanted to have the corner pantry or if you wanted to have the double door pantry. Now this is the option right here that we are currently in. So it would change where your refrigerator is located. It would be bumped right across from the pantry. Here would be a little bit shorter of a bar. And then here is your kitchen island, and it looks like this back area, because the way the pantry is situated, is going to be a little bit longer. All right, now let's check out the pantry. Let's see what that looks like, because it's pantry time. Okay, so it looks to be pretty much the same size as over in the single story, with the storage on top and the storage below. Now, what it looks like in the drawing is that if you don't go with the corner pantry, if you go with the pantry that actually lines up with the wall, that it looks like it's a little bit bigger. That's just what it looks like on the drawing. All right, let's check out the outside, because I was actually surprised at how much bigger this yard is, but that really shows you the impact of having a two-story, because the footprint is smaller on a two-story than it is on a single story. All right, let's turn around and look. Now you've also got the nice covered patio, but as you can see, the yard is larger. Now, just to give you an example, this is the house that we were at just a minute ago. And you can see how much farther this house goes back and takes up more yard space. So depending on, if you're looking for a larger yard, you might want to consider going with the 2-story because the footprint's not going to be quite as big. Okay, let's head on into the primary. It's right off to the side of the living space. And this is a really nice size primary. Now they've only done the double windows in this, and you'll notice that the ceilings are a little different. Now they're still tall, but they don't have, no, it's not really tracing, but the raised ceiling. Now you also have choices in your primary bathroom. Now they have done the single vanity with the dual sinks. Once again, with your walk-in shower. Now this one does not have the bench seating, and then your tub. But if you wanted something different, so this is currently the one that we're looking at. So you've got your tub, you've got your shower, and then your walk-in closet. If you wanted to do the other option, you're actually going to be flipped. So your vanity is going to be on the wall with the window. Your shower is going to be much larger, and it will come with a seat. So you've got the bench seating. Now it looks like the walk-in closet may be a little bit smaller, and then your water closet is going to be the same. So let's take a look. Which one do you prefer? Let us know. Would you prefer to have a bathroom with just the shower, or do you want a bathroom with the tub? But more importantly, what do you think about the builder actually giving you a choice and not charging you for it? That was huge. All right, now let's look at the primary closet. So as you can see, this is going to be a little bit larger, because basically what I think happens is you lose this space right here. All right, let's head upstairs and let's take a look at what they have upstairs. Okay, so when we make it upstairs, we're gonna come into the game room. And they also have included the media room, which is going to be right off of your game room. Great size media room, and I like that there are no windows, perfect for family movie night. And they've painted it the dark color, so you really get that theater experience. Okay, so then, and this is the other thing I thought I really liked. So Beazer really builds a very efficient home, and they actually show you some of their energy efficiency because they have a whole house fresh air system that has double filters, and it removes any of the stale indoor air. All right, so now we have our secondary bathroom. Now this would be one of your bedrooms as well, but they're really showing you all about their build. They're showing you how they do their boxes, their junction boxes, the windows. So they really give you the full story on how they are so energy efficient. Okay, and then right next to that, we have our other secondary bedroom. Now, one thing I did notice is it does seem to me that these secondary bedrooms are a little bit smaller than over at the single-story home. Now, that one's also about 200 square feet larger, so that may be where some of that extra square footage went. All right, So let's talk about this one. Now this one is called the Avalon. And like I said earlier, it's 2432 square feet all the way up to 2790. It is a 2-story, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1 living room, 2 dining areas, and then the 2nd-story loft, which has, you know, the game room. But some of the paid structural options that you can add are the fireplace. You can do a primary bedroom extension, so you can make that primary bedroom a little bit larger, and you can add on the media room. Now the media room does not come standard, so that would be a structural change. Now once again, they offer 3 elevations. So they've got the traditional, the French country M, and the French country L. Now this particular plan will start anywhere from $473,000 up to $477,000. You know, this community is really such a neat community. So Legacy Hills is going to end up being about 7,000 homes. I mean, that's a lot of homes, but they're also going to have 6 or 7 amenity centers. They have their lazy river that is going to be at one of the pools. They're going to have a 28-acre, I had to say that right, 28-acre sports complex with pickleball, with tennis courts. So they're going to have a lot of family options for you guys. The other thing is they're going to have an 18-hole golf course that's going to be located right here in Legacy Hills. All right, let's head down to the kitchen real quick. Okay, I just love this kitchen. So this is a part of the Celina ISD, and we know that is one of the top-rated school districts here in the area. The other thing I found out is this is going to end up being one of the largest master plan communities in North Texas once it's completely built out. Now you are right off of the Dallas North Toll Road, kinda. So the Dallas North Toll Road actually really ends right now in Frisco, but they are building it, they are extending it, and it will actually go all the way up to Oklahoma. So once that is completed, then it's easy access to the Dallas North Tollway. So if you're working in Plano or Frisco, it's a very easy shot, but it still would make it convenient for getting into the downtown Dallas area. Might be a little trying right now just because of the construction, but that is an opportunity. All right, let's go because I want to show you some of the amenities, and we're going to drive around and take a look at this really cool neighborhood because this is one of the hottest places that people are moving.